Okay, I am Penny Nelson, Providence Soapery 62959, and we have had a couple of disasters. So my humongous oak tree split and fell twice. So we've got the biggest widowmaker you've ever seen here. So we've got Steve Daly is the blue hat right now, and he's going to be working on that. So let me show you the condition of the tree. And we're right after lunch. Right there, what you see is the tree house that was in the part of the tree that fell. And this is my fence. And all of this part of the tree is gone. If you look at earlier videos here, you would be able to see the tree house and the tree that's gone. So I'm gonna put it on pause so you can see the other side. All right, this is from what used to be the carport. And in 2008, we had a third of the tree fall. I think my oak tree is well over 100 years old. It's bigger than any of the ones down at the Williamson County Fairgrounds, much bigger. And then we had a third of it. Well, I call the first third that fell in 2008, and then we had a third that fell on this. What I'm standing in is my carport, what used to be my carport, and my husband's truck. And it fell forward toward me all the way to the street, and then we had that removed, and then about a week and a half, 10 days later, we had another storm on a Thursday night. And the other remaining part of the tree fell the other way into the neighbor's yard. So I'm going to put it on pause so you can see the rest.
Gotta be started if you have it. Because you'll kill yourself up there otherwise.
Oh, well.
Ground watching in a minute, don't you?
Yeah, so we got this much of the tree. And it's time for me to...
Are you going to save that one limb?
Which one you want to save?
That's good. I don't know. Got this one here. Got.
So after the first part of the tree fell, this wall was still standing and remaining. And we took off the carport, not me, the royal we, me being I was supposed to be working on the inside and missed that part of the lesson. And then we finally had the wood and items delivered for the replacement carport, which goes in this spot. And when that storm on the Thursday came, and the winds, it cracked the rest of that tree, made the biggest widowmaker I've ever seen. So I have been praying for their safety, and anyway, so that's what we got happening in the soapery. And as an added benefit, I was thinking I'm glad that I live in a soapery and not a soap opera. So that's what we got happening on Tuesday. And I don't know that soap making is going to be happening for a while, but eventually it will. I do actually have to show you the rest of this stuff because you see Santa Claus is a friend of mine, and his wife brought me some Christmas supplies to replace my smashed down Christmas because my storage was right there where that line is, you see. And I had all of my Christmas items and my Christmas tree, and it all was smashed down. So when I came back from Hawaii, all of my Christmas items were kablooey. So pause again. So first we'll do the introduction, you see. This is Santa Claus's wife. So what is your name?
Anya Claus.
Anya Claus, okay. And so Anya and I have been friends since about 1992 when we first met. And Santa Claus had a blue pickup truck.
That was a long time ago.
It was. Now, since Anya is my friend, she brought me some Christmas replacement items because she has quite a collection. So why don't you tell us about this one first?
Well, these, with the two sheep that go with them, were the very first set that we had in our first Santa house in Marion. And so they were good for the kids to play with. They could pick them up and carry them around, and because they're made of wood, they didn't hurt anything. And so that was our first set for the children in the Santa house.
All right, for the kids in the Santa house. Okay, now I'm going to put it on pause and follow my advice of turning off all the fans when you're making an amateur video. All right, and then also I wanted you to tell me the story that the account that you told me about this piece when you would be in the Santa house and Santa would be talking to the children and taking pictures, and then somebody would bring you that piece.
Little children, little tiny ones, would bring this to me and say, "What's this?" And I'd look at the parents and ask if I could tell them. And, you know, in all the years we've done this, I've never been told no. And so I'd be able to tell them, the little children, about baby Jesus in the manger that came to earth because of his great love for us. He was the greatest gift ever. Mm-hmm. And I'd be able to tell the children about that everywhere we've gone in all the years that we've been in a house. I've been able to tell the kids about Jesus.
Yep. So she generously offered to replace some of my smashed Christmas items. And Richard and I have had this barn that we built for years. And she asked if I would like to have this special Christmas nativity. And yes, I would like to have it. And she's also brought these angels, which she's going to tell the story about them, and some other items for me to have for Christmas replacement items.
Well, these three angels, I saw a picture that Penny posted when she had found out that all of her Christmas was ruined, and I saw one that looked kind of like this, and I thought, oh, I've got three and I don't have room for them anymore. So these, as I was growing up and I was a little girl, my mother had these on the back of her organ. And they were there for years and years and years. They're candle holders. And so one of them is going to have a little repair. But
got his horn right here.
Yeah. But these are they were my mother's angels. They were a special gift to her, and then she passed them on to me and says, I don't have room, and I know Penny will give them a good home. My three angels have come to visit Penny now.
Now tell us, how many Santa Clauses do you think you have up north where you live?
We have around 700 Santa Clauses in our house.
You have 700 Santa Clauses. Mm-hmm. And do you have other items also?
Well, packed away right now because I haven't found a place to put them. I have some reindeer and some sleigh, and I have a few more of these that Penny isn't keeping that will go back up. But basically, I had so many Christmas things, and my focus is always on Santa because he's my guy.
Because you're married to Santa.
I'm married to Santa. And our first Santa set was given to me our very first year when Santa put the red jacket on and became Santa.
Okay, and what year did he put on the red jacket?
1989.
1989.
Yep.
And when did you get your because you have a beautiful dress also.
We did mine the same year.
Okay.
As soon as Santa put it on and became Santa and realized how much he loved seeing the children, that fixed it. We did a lot of sewing that year.
Did a lot of sewing. Now, also, I want you to tell me, like with this as the example, because I had never thought of that before, as seeing, we can call them the holy couple, or, but I'd never thought of that. And tell me what you had said about that. You like to collect nativities where?
well, where Mary is holding the baby. Because there isn't a mother that I know of that would put a baby down in a crib and go, oh, and just stand and stare. And so I love it when Mary is holding the babies in the nativities. But this one really isn't a nativity. She's still holding baby Jesus. But you see they're riding on the donkey?
Right.
This is on the trip. Remember after Jesus was born and King Herod got so upset hearing that the King of the Jews was born, and he sent all of his soldiers to kill all of the newborn boys.
Yeah.
And the angel came and told Mary and Joseph to run to Egypt.
Go to Egypt.
And so this is their trip to Egypt to get away from King Herod so that Jesus would not be killed.
Isn't that sweet? Okay, and then we have this too.
This one is the entire nativity.
And in the background you can hear Lucky. See, he has to stay inside because of the thing, and so poor Lucky is barking. Okay.
This is the trip from coming from the east and going. These are the wise men coming along the bottom here. We've got the wise men coming up. And then we've got some shepherds and some of the animals. And there is Mary and Joseph and the baby. And that's one that she's looking at him in awe. And then we've got Jerusalem up here, the holy city. Isn't that beautiful?
That is. Okay, and then you have these angels. Tell me about those.
Oh, these are just fun little cute things for the tree that I have a Santa kneeling at the manger in our house. And usually at Christmas time, I would hang this on the garland on the shelf above Santa at the manger. But there's 3 of them. They're just cute little angels.
We've got a few other
Little
angels.
cherubs.
She's very cute.
Yes. And the little bell.
Yeah.
That's not much of a bell.
Oh, and here's another one.
Oh, yes. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
That's just one that we found, and Mary is holding the baby in that one. I love that.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
I'd never thought of that before. She said it today, and that's true. What any mother, you'd either, if you had the baby in the manger, she'd probably be collapsed next door taking a nap.
On the pile of hay.
She would be right next to the manger, and that's what I always tell the kids. Mary put baby Jesus in a dog food bowl because they understand that better because we don't know what mangers are. Would you put a baby in a dog food bowl? And they're like, oh my God.
Yes.
Now, somebody has put 1993 on the bottom. Did you do that, or is it a gift?
I did not.
Regifted, okay.
It was one, I think I pick up a lot of these things at secondhand stores and yard sales and that
Well,
kind of thing.
we'll have you write a new thing on there. And then we have this one.
This is a planter. Or you can put sponges in
That's
it or
probably what
whatever.
I'm going to do with it. Put the sponge in it on the sink.
Yep.
And then we'll do this one too. And then we'll go
Oh,
show you Lucky. Cause
This one I love. She's not a rich woman, but she has an awful lot of love for baby Jesus, doesn't she? Sitting on a shelf, holding her baby.
I love it. I love it. So that's very special. I got some new Christmas items to go, and this is one of my items I got to keep. A lot of them I did not get to keep because they get destroyed in a big hurry when you have a disaster. This is a set of 3, which I have to keep, which is so cute. So we have Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus and an angel with the light. So I'm going to take you in there and show you Lucky, and he's barking because he wants to get out. All the fun's happening without him. Lucky? Have you been barking? Have you been barking? Lucky is about 10 years old, and he's a Heinz 57. He's my singing dog, and recently he has become quite blind.